Good morning, everyone.
Wait, 1 second. Just give us a sec. Make sure you can see this. Okay, you guys ready? Yeah, we're ready. Yeah, all right. We're ready, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to take this time to update everyone on what happened here in the town of Dover. Yesterday, approximately 3:29 p.m., the first call came in about smoke in the basement of 3 North Warren Street, known as Barry's Luncheonette. Currently, we've had 5 buildings destroyed in our downtown business district, 14 apartment units, and 6 local businesses were affected by this fire. We currently have approximately 100 people displaced, approximately 40 people with permanent displacement, and 40 people with temporary. And when I say temporary displacement, it's because they can't go back into their buildings as of yet. We have a site that's still being worked on as we speak. We had to bring in heavy equipment to remove debris because we continue to have hot spots in the location and in the basement of these buildings. I want to thank everyone that's been involved here. We had a lot of agencies come out to help us in this time of need. We had federal, county, state. We had the local Morris County Prosecutor's Office and Morris County OEM here assisting us. We also had over 40 companies from other fire departments come out to respond to this fire. I want to thank Congressman Lance, Senator Bucco, and Assemblyman Bucco, who have personally reached out to me and extended anything we need here in the town of Dover. We have a situation here where we have families now in shelters, and we're doing everything we can to take care of these families and give them what they need. We also have a lot of local business owners that no longer have a business, and we're going to be here to support them as well and do everything we can to help them rebuild their business here in the town of Dover. We're very fortunate to have such professionals in our community. Director Dan DeGroot, Public Safety Director, Chief Anthony Smith, and Chief Bob Sperry, Robert Sperry, did an incredible job in a joint effort to evacuate all the buildings in the downtown area. We had no deaths and we had no injuries that were reported to our knowledge, except for one minor injury to our one police officer. And so through their efforts in evacuating these buildings when this fire call first came in, we're very fortunate here in the town of Dover. It could have been much worse. We have a lot to do in the cleanup efforts. We have a lot to do in helping the families and the businesses that are affected by this tragedy. But as a community, we're here for them. We had an overwhelming response from our community at the shelter yesterday and last night of donations coming in to help the families, and it's heartwarming to know so many people care in the town of Dover. I ask all of you to please give these families and these businesses the respect and the privacy they need while they go through this time of difficulty. I understand the press and the media need to get information, but I also ask for your consideration and your respect for the families' privacies in this difficult time. We would truly appreciate that. At this time, I'll take any questions you have.
Can you describe what's going on right now?
Right now we have a situation where all the debris coming out of the building has to be spread out with heavy equipment and then loaded and taken to another location. We still have hot spots in the debris and it needs to be extinguished before it's brought to another location.
Any idea of how it started?
It's all under investigation as we speak.
What's been the most difficult part inside this fire?
The difficult part of the fire obviously is for the fire department and the firemen involved. They did an incredible job here in the town of Dover. One of the most difficult parts of this fire was that it was being fueled by natural gas. And until that natural gas company was able to come out and turn the fuel off, fueling the fire, they had a very, very difficult time.
You know, give us an idea of how long this section of downtown might be closed for, days, a week, 2?
We honestly don't know. I'm going to be pushing to get it cleaned up as soon as possible. We have an effort now. We have an incredible department in town. Our DPW department, our police and fire, OEM, are doing a phenomenal job here in our community. We're all going to work together. This is a team effort to get this downtown business district opened up again to our local businesses. So we're going to stay on it. I'm going to push our utility companies as hard as I possibly can. Right now the concern is to secure the area, make sure the area is safe. Once the area is safe, then we'll be able to have JCP&L turn the power back on to the buildings that had to be shut off during the fire. And then the second thing is to open up, get New Jersey Natural Gas to turn the gas back on so the surrounding properties have heat again. Once that happens, then the people that are displaced will be able to go back into the buildings. The age of the buildings definitely played a factor. They, you know, these buildings are over 100 years old, and so this is a very old community. A lot of old buildings in town, dry wood, you know, lack of sprinkler systems. There's a lot that plays an effect in a fire like this.
How long will this process take?
We don't know how long the process is going to take. We're going to do our best we possibly can to make it as quickly as possible so everyone can get back to normal.
Dear daughter, do you need any more blankets or clothing?
Yeah, thank you for that question. We, like I said, the response from the community has been overwhelming. I'm very proud to be in this community and part of this community. Working with the Red Cross, who has been doing such a phenomenal job here in the town of Dover, have never seen such generosity before as they have from Dover residents. And so we're going to be announcing the needs and the donations and the locations on social media later this afternoon. We have several meetings set up throughout the course of the day to discuss that, but that'll all be put out on social media this afternoon. Thank you for that question.
Can you give us an idea of, do you have a percentage of the downtown area that's without power?
It's a very small percent, very small percent. I don't know the exact number, but it's not large.
Mayor, what are the businesses that were...
We have the, we'll provide that list to you shortly.
Have you,
Over 40 agencies responded to fight this fire, that is correct.
what's been the mood, the environment, the feedback you've gotten from these business owners that now have their buildings destroyed?
Listen, they're devastated. I just left a meeting with the business owners that lost their businesses in the downtown area. I offered our staff to them. My staff is available to them. My office is available for them to use. We're going to do everything we can to help them rebuild their businesses and come back stronger than they were before in the town of Dover.
Can you just go over that list again of the businesses that were set up?
There was a total of 6 businesses that were burned, 6 businesses that were affected, 14 apartments, and 5 buildings destroyed.
You said they were were they restaurants?
Yes, predominantly restaurants and a notary company, La Notaria.
I'm sorry, you said 6 affected. Does that mean they're destroyed or just damaged? Or...
6 businesses that no longer exist for a physical location.
And Mayor, the residents affected, can you restate that, please?
The amount of residents affected, we have over 80 people, 40 on a temporary basis that had to leave their homes because of no power and evacuation, and 40 permanent residents that are affected with...
That was beyond the 14 units you mentioned.
Correct.
What's the long-term outlook for shelter or homes for the people?
Yeah, so we have OEM right now working to come up with a solution for long-term shelter. We also have Red Cross, and I can't thank Red Cross enough. They've been absolutely awesome here in the town of Dover. As you know, in a circumstance like this, the Red Cross now takes control. They're in charge of the families, and we're doing everything we can to work with them hand in hand to make sure these families are taken care of.
What's the economic impact?
It's devastating. You know, it's absolutely devastating. When we lose 6 businesses in our downtown business district, it hurts. It hurts a lot for our community. And, you know, it's not about the financial impact to our business district. It's about helping these families and helping these businesses come back to where they were before.
Can you describe a little more the evacuation efforts?
So our local fire and police departments went building to building, unit to unit when the call first came in. And as I said before, if it wasn't for the efforts of our fire department and our police department working in unison to make this evacuation happen, we could have had multiple deaths here and surely many injuries. So they did a phenomenal job. Chief Bob Sperry, the chief is in charge of the scene here. He did an absolute incredible job. We're very fortunate in the town of Dover to have such dedicated people. Chief Anthony Smith and Public Safety Director Dan DeGroot have been on scene throughout the entire process, and my hat's off to these guys. They did an incredible job.
I noticed their office is not too far from the fire took place. Did they just run out the firehouse and
The firehouse is a block away from the actual fire scene, and so they responded very, very quickly. Any other questions?
Yeah, actually, can you just clarify, please, a little more? You said 14 apartment units
Yes,
were burned out, so there were 40 people in the 14 apartment units?
approximately, that's correct.
Okay, and then the other people beyond that, the other
From the
40 people-
adjacent buildings,
Okay,
surrounding buildings that needed to be evacuated.
okay.
So because those folks needed to be evacuated as well, we're going to provide shelter for them until they can go back into their homes.
And Mayor, can you talk a bit about the process of turning off the gas? It seems like that might have taken a little while.
It did. It took a while for the gas company to come out and turn off the gas. I know they did the best that they possibly could given the circumstances. When we had over 40 companies respond to this fire, there was a lot of apparatus, there was fire hose, there was a lot of things happening at one time on a fire scene like this. You can imagine how difficult it could be. Locating that shutoff was a little bit difficult for the gas company, and I know they did everything they could to turn it off as fast as they possibly could.
And Mayor, do you have like a time estimate of approximately how long it took? Or,
Yeah, the fire was deemed under control at approximately 9 p.m.
And can you describe how was the gas line fueling the fire?
I honestly, I don't know that answer. That's under investigation as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Like I said, the response from our community is overwhelming. We have a lot of caring people in this town, a lot of people, dedicated people. When a circumstance happens like this, they're there. They're there. It was proven last night at the community center yesterday afternoon. The calls, the donations continue to come in. They continue to come in as we speak. Like I said, we're going to have a notice put out on social media this afternoon on where and what you can donate and what the families need. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Hold on. I still haven't found home yet. I'm working on it.
You said we made up the